so we just tapping in, or I'm just tapping in on the live. Basically, just wanted to give everybody a quick update on the first 3 days. The first 3 days of the Phase 1 Elite summer training camp. This is obviously one of our big programs that I've been promoting for weeks now, getting ready for it, putting together the schedule, putting together the itinerary, putting together everything that we are going to provide these athletes to take them to the next level. You know what I mean? Everything from, of course, the training, the nutrition, basically all the good stuff to make sure. So all I wanted to do really today was just give you guys just a quick update on where we at and what we've been up to. So this past Monday was day one. So it was day one of our Elite Academy. Like I said before, if you didn't catch it as we were promoting it, it's one of our most advanced programs. It's one of the programs that, I love because it's during the summer month of July, which means the athletes have more time. You know what I mean? July is usually a pretty chill month for athletes. So I decided to create this training camp to basically take advantage of the month to get them better, to get them more athletic, to get them in better condition, and also to be able to work mentally. So that was definitely a big part of the Elite training camp. So day one, our focus was 100% on assessment and evaluations. So we brought the athletes in. We had the cap at 20 athletes. That's really what the cap was 20 athletes for this program. We ended up with 22. I wasn't able to say no to the last two. That's what it comes down to. So we ended up going with 22 athletes, which ended up being great. Good flow so far. So basically, day one, we did all of their assessments. So we did their height, we did their weight, we took their initial photos. Then we transitioned to the performance testing. So we ran some 10-yard sprints on the clock. We did some agility tests, 5, 10, 5. We did vertical. You know what I mean? We knocked out the vertical test to see where they're at. So basically, the goal was on day one was to create the baselines. So any program that you're in, especially a training camp type program, your assessment should be key. So any program that you join or your athlete joins, if they're not doing some type of assessment or tracking some numbers, start to finish, maybe something in the midway point, then it's very hard to determine at the end if it was successful or not. Athletes are athletes, and athletes have to continue to improve in their each area. So sprint, movement, agility, strength, all these things have to continue to progress as athletes. So it's important whatever program that you are in or that you put your child in, that they execute these tests and that they do it regularly. So day one was testing. So we knocked that out, did pretty well with the testing. Had some athletes with some very good baselines. Like I said, it was 22 athletes total, all different sports: volleyball, baseball, basketball, football, lacrosse. So many sports, just a nice mix of athletes. So that was day number one. We finished the testing, got everything done, gave out their gear, did all the basic stuff to kind of get the program running. So then we came right back to day two. Day two, which was yesterday. Day two was our introduction to goal setting. So a big part of why I wanted to jump on the live, even though I'll only be on here for a couple minutes, but the big reason I wanted to jump on the live is because of this. I think the goal setting is something that if they're in a program like this, it should definitely be included. But even if they're not, that's something that you should be doing at home as an athlete or as a parent of an athlete. Now, when I say goal setting, I'm talking about detailed goal setting, not I want to go to the NFL. That's not enough. I like to use the SMART goals, which we already know the S is for specific, the M is for measurable, the A is for attainable, the R is for realistic, and the T is for time related. So that's what I like to use is the SMART goals, because I want the athletes to not just say, I want to go to the NFL. I want them to be very specific about what they're trying to accomplish. And then it needs to be measurable. How do we track it? If you want to go to the NFL, for example, If you're not starting on varsity as a senior, that's a rough start. That's a rough start. So when it's measurable, you can create timelines along the way to make sure that you are en route to that goal. So they're attainable. Is it attainable? Is it something that you can accomplish? Are you giving yourself the right resources, the right time? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? I'm 45. It's probably not realistic that I'm going to get drafted in the NBA draft next year. Probably not going to happen unless my dad's name is LeBron. Then it might happen still. But since it's not, it's probably not going to happen. So is it realistic? Time related? Is there a deadline? If your goal is to get a Division I scholarship, there's a deadline. When you, at the end of your senior year, if you don't have that scholarship, time has expired. Yes, you can go to junior college and prep school and different things, but end of the day, you didn't hit that first target. So the goal setting is very key. So I wanted to share that today on the live because I know the 22 athletes in our program are doing it, and we're taking 4 days. We're putting our goal setting training is 4 days. Day one was really explaining to them what SMART goals was. Like, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? What are we trying to accomplish? Then we came back day two, which was today, and we took a deep dive in 3 areas. Number one, your why. Why are these goals important? What are you trying to accomplish? For some of the athletes, it was about changing their family history, helping mom, get out of the situation financially, being able to take care of family. You know what I mean? There's different reasons to why we set these goals. And like I explained to my athletes, the stronger the why, the more chance you got of hitting it, the more focused you're going to be, the more discipline, the more you're willing to sacrifice. So today we worked on the why, and then we moved to passion. Why are you passionate about this? You play football, you play baseball, you play basketball. Why is it important? Why are you passionate about your sport? At what point did you realize that you love the sport? Do you love the sport? These are the questions that we have to ask these athletes, because once they think it through and they put it in perspective, it really makes sense, and it shows them what it takes to get there. And it also shows you as a parent what to invest. Is your child serious about this? Are they just playing for fun, which is all good? Or are they playing really with this strong why? Are they really passionate about their sport? Is this something that they would do with or without you? Is this something they're going to figure it out? That's what you want to look at. And then number 3 that we covered today was purpose. I want every athlete to understand that it must serve a purpose if they're going to do it. So it's not just the sport, it's not just touchdowns, it's not just scoring, it's not just getting a scholarship, but what is the purpose? What is your big goal? What are you trying to accomplish? When you are on this earth, what is your purpose? When you leave, what does that look like? What is your legacy? What are you creating? So these are literally the things that we put together in these first 2 days, and then they still have Thursday and Friday to finish out goal setting. So like I said, my goal today was just to introduce kind of what we're doing, but not just to say, hey, this is what we're doing at Phase 1 Elite, but basically to share with parents, share with athletes that goal setting should be a part of your journey right now. Even if you're doing it at home, you can type in on your phone, SMART goals, for example, and it's going to give you the definitions, detail it out, and you can sit down and actually create your goals right now. That's what we're trying to teach to these athletes. It's great that you're in here. Good job. Phase 1 Elite, we're here. But you don't need Phase 1 Elite to be able to really create your goals. You don't need Phase 1 Elite to be able to go to YouTube and find out how to get faster, how to get stronger. Workouts you can do at home if you don't have the resources. Parents can't afford Phase 1. I get all that. But that's still no excuse. You can still create it. So that's what I wanted to share today. So I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I got to go pick my daughter up from daycare. But I really just wanted to, from her academy. They don't like when I say daycare. It's academy. But they do have a curriculum, so it is an academy. All right, so I just wanted to share that. Hopefully this resonates with someone, whether it's a parent, whether it's an athlete. Tap in, create those goals. If you reach out to me, shoot me a DM, then I can send you the definitions and maybe a little bit of framework to help you with your SMART goals. But ultimately, it's up to you. It shouldn't depend on me. It shouldn't depend on anyone else. So parents, share this video with your kids, with your student athletes, and let's all keep getting better. So with that said, I'll tap in probably maybe over the weekend, give you guys another update. We have some videos and stuff coming to show a little behind the scenes of what we're doing at the Phase 1 Elite Academy. And for parents that may be interested, if your student athlete is in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, basic middle school, we do have a couple seats left in our Phase 1 Academy for the fall. And that's where they actually have the academic curriculum and they go to school right here at Phase 1 Elite. So if you have any questions about that, shoot me a DM and I'll shoot you the information. And we keep working. It's about getting these athletes to the next level. That's what it is. So thanks for chopping in. I'll see you guys on the next one, and we'll be going live again soon.